This is part 2 of the video that we just had. Stop, Trail.
No, you won't.
This is gonna fall. Okay. Okay, so the thing I want to ask you, this is mostly for girls. What do you think, Trail, for real, stop. What do you think of, like the makeup thing? Because now, you know, girls have, 10 pounds of makeup on, even, too scared. They're having, concealer, primer, bronzer, 10 pounds of mascara, 5 different eyeshadows, and eyeliner that goes all the way to their top of their forehead, you know. So what do you think about the makeup stuff, and how was it different from did people really wear makeup when you went
Well,
to
I started
middle
wearing
school?
makeup in the 3rd or 4th grade because my mom didn't really pay attention to me, so she didn't notice that I looked like a circus clown when I left the house. But I think makeup is nice as long as you don't use it for the wrong reasons. If you use it just to enhance your natural looks, it's fine. But once you start trying to look like someone else, or trying to look like someone else,
You just said that.
then I think that's going a little overboard, and parents should be aware of what their children, how much makeup their children are wearing. And all that stuff you were talking about, with the primer and all that stuff, I don't think that's good for the skin.
It's not, even though if it says it is.
Primer for the wall.
So there's primer that it's kind of like foundation. Okay, but so when do you think? How old do you think a kid should be when they can start wearing eyeliner and mascara? Because eyeliner is one of the things that if you wear eyeliner, you're automatically gonna get made fun of because boys like to call girls who wear eyeliner emo. Well,
if you know how to apply the makeup, then it's puts you in a totally a different category, because there's girls that probably wear makeup and know how to apply it, and you don't even know that they're wearing makeup because they know how to apply it and it looks natural. And then there's girls that obviously don't know how to wear makeup or apply makeup, and their mom doesn't feel like teaching them, or she doesn't know how either, or their dad, whatever person they live with, is not teaching them how to do it. So I would just, if you do want to wear makeup to school, I would definitely subscribe to Kaylin's channel, and she's gonna have some tutorials to show you how to have your makeup looking young and fresh.
Yeah, because I don't do all that. Let's look like we're about to go to the party.
You don't want to look like you're going to the club, because
I don't know.
you're not going to the club. You're going to school, and your main focus should be on learning, not getting the attention of other people.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have your breasts out and everything.
Hint, hint.
I'm not going to school, so I don't have to worry.
Okay, what do you think about the clothing choices? Because at my school, your shorts have to be up at least as long as your fingernails, and I have.
Well, where I find that a problem is when
it's really hot.
No. When they enforce the rules for certain kids and not others. I don't think that's fair.
The black girls always get called out on it, but the white girls always are
yeah, I don't think that they
at least at my school.
I don't think they should do that, because that makes people feel bad. And they're well, so-and-so got in trouble and had to go home and change, and your shorts are smaller than a thong, and you don't have to go home and change. It really makes the kids feel that they're being mistreated, and why is it a problem when one person, if I wore the same shirt as another girl, but the other girl had humongous breasts, obviously her shirt would be more inappropriate than if I had on the exact same shirt and didn't have as much of a bosom. So they have to take that into account, and I think parents should make sure that their kids come outside looking appropriate.
As they want. I don't think they should have those rules, because, Because, at least, first of all, nobody follows those rules. Because we also have, you can't have, spaghetti strap and, like that. But,
I don't think you should
thinner
mix
than that.
food and clothes anyway.
Well, thinner than that. Like that. And then, so, they have, That roll,
Like this.
no, stop. And then no, that's actually smaller than that because it has to be at least 2 like fingernails. But I mean 2 finger things. See, yours would be appropriate, but they still like some teachers like to call kids out. But like they have that, and then like you can't wear hats. And I can kind of see the hat one because hats are kind of distracting because it's like if you have a and because I seen like when we have like hat day where kids can wear hats, that I see kids running down the hall because someone would
Grab their hat.
yeah, take
I
their
know.
hat and want it. Like if they're wearing like one kid last year was wearing an Obey hat. No, Obey. He was in 6th grade. And he was wearing an Obey. Like it was a snapback I think it was a snapback. And this kid was running down the 2nd floor just with the hat, and I could tell he was trying to steal it. He wasn't just playing around.
And girls
'Cause-
like to snatch boys' hats because they like the boy or something. They think that's cute.
It's not cute. It's not cute.
It's stupid.
See, Trill, for real. Okay, next thing. What do you think about like no
Mini Kindles.
no? What do you think about the
The gas problem.
no? What do you think? What do you think about like the what are some new rules that they have that they didn't have when you went to my school? Like some new rules or something.
Well, they have no glass bottles. We used to be able to bring glass
They
bottles
do?
to school. Yeah. But it's not really, it's not as common because you're like drinks. Now they have like juice boxes and plastic bottles and stuff like that, or 2 liters.
You can bring 2 liters.
So it's not as big of a problem.
But you are allowed to bring pie at my school. Like you can bring your own big giant pie.
Yeah, because if it drops, it's not going to make glass and cut anybody unless it's a glass pie.
Or a glass container that it's in. Just saying.
Well, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think there's a lot of kids that bring pies.
Alright, there's some other stuff that I skipped. Okay. Don't touch me.
What is that? It's not a mirror.
What?
That's not a mirror.
Okay. Do you think if kids turn their work in on time, it would make life much easier? Because there's kids that,
Definitely
like
for
a
the
lot of
teacher.
kids, like a lot of kids do their work. I mean, they do. They do their work, but they just forget to turn it in, and then and it's just like I have it, but then they end up losing it. That's what happens.
Yeah,
to me
we
most
have
of the
that problem in our family. People do their work, but then they don't turn it in, and then it gets misplaced, and that's an organizational problem. So
How do you think kids can do better there at that, like by organizing? What do you think they should do to organize?
Well,
better?
first of all, I think
Because I said lockers are a big part of it. Because, like, I know the kids that like, that mostly don't have their work, as I see, at least at my school, are the ones with that lockers are looking horrible. Like, they, like, for
yeah,
real,
because they're
though.
not organized, and the ones with the binders with papers falling out all over. But I think we're gonna slowly see a shift as more people have computers and laptops and stuff, that it's gonna decrease on the amount of paper that's actually necessary. So it's gonna be easier to just go through your file and like email your teacher the paper. Like they
What do you
in
think
college.
about schools that are saying that they might get every single kid in the school a laptop? Because one of my teachers last year was talking about how a school, I don't even know, but it was in Michigan, where we live, because we want someone to come over here and kill us, but we're not.
Don't they do that at school?
But like they give every kid like a laptop, and it's not even a Dell. It's like a Apple. So what do you think about them? It's like an Apple laptop.
A dabble?
An Apple.
I think it's a good idea, but obviously, again, that's gonna take some responsibility for the parents, so their kids don't like break it, and the parents are probably gonna be responsible if the kids end up breaking the laptop. But I think that it's gonna make things a lot easier for kids because they're gonna not have to carry a lot of, all the books and stuff like that. And so I think it's a good idea for schools that can afford it.
Okay, What's a good way to make friends, especially for someone who's like moving from out of state? Because I don't know what I said. I didn't say anything yet, but I don't know. Join
Before we
clubs.
move somewhere else, she's gonna have to make new friends.
Well, if you're going to a new school, it's, you know, if you just say hi to people and like maybe just give them a compliment, like that's a cute blouse you're wearing, or you know,
Blouse.
something like that. It starts a conversation and the person sees that you're interested in them, and then, you know, just goes on from there. The main thing about making friends is just not being afraid to talk to people, and, you know, not worrying about what they're going to think about you, because that's going to keep you from making friends if you're too worried about what someone else is going to think about you, and because most likely that other person is thinking the same thing. So if you're the one, just step up and say, hey, how's it going? You know, what wasn't that math test a doozy? Stuff like that. And you'll find some common ground and be able to take the friendship farther.
What's that do?
Okay, so what do you have to, what is it, how can you, like, you know how I was talking about how you have to learn the ropes around school? What's a good way to do that? Like, some people say making, like, a map of the school. Because I watched other videos, and people said they made a map of their school.
Well, that actually is a cute idea, but most people have a phone now, and the phone has GPS, so I would just rely
What?
on
Yeah, we think around
Is it school?
it. No. Their school should give you a map of the school, but
If that's only if it's, like, a huge school. Like,
No,
I
they
hope they
give
do
that
that when
in
I
the
go to
planner.
high school, if I go
it's
to
usually included in your planner.
It is? Wait a minute. I don't have my planner with me, but I
So
needed
yeah,
that.
a map is one idea. Another thing is to get friends with
What are you doing?
another person that's, you know, knows the school really well. Like maybe you could buddy up with like a 6th grader, and since you're in 8th grade,
I think they should do
you
that.
can go around like and show a 6th grader.
Yeah, because like if you have a school that's kind of like not like kind of like not connected like the same school, like how they have like a high school and middle school, but like a school that like they're just planning on you probably going to. Like when I was in elementary school, we took a tour of the place I'm going to, but that did not help at all. Okay, you know.
Yeah, it's really good to buddy up with another student that knows the school well. And then also on your free time, you could walk around the school. I like to
I get lost. That's
no,
great.
like in your free time, like before school actually starts, like a couple days before when the school's open. But
It's open a few days before.
I don't know. But if it is, you can
We
find
should
out.
go there.
And then just go ahead and like walk around the school and see where everything is and get yourself familiarized
There's a
with,
bee right there.
you know, where your
Where?
classes are and where the gym is and the pool and stuff like that.
Okay, let me see if there's any other questions. Don't look at me.
What?
Okay, what do you think about the rule that like kids can't have like their phones out? Cause you know that's like most kids. I know you can't. You will not be able to concentrate. Cause one time we could have our phones out, but the teacher, our science teacher isn't the. She's smart, but she's kind. But she let us have our phones out and like for fun, like, but she was still teaching. And for some reason, and I know I
think
can
it's
see
a
every
bad-
kid
I
was
think
not
it's gonna
paying
be a
attention.
bad problem. I don't think that that kids should be able to use their phone during class. I think they should have their phone turned off during class, but they should be able to keep it on their person, because there's going to be a lot of people, like if you're, you know, someone has an iPhone and that's in their locker, that's going to, you know, people are going to be tempted to break in there and steal it and stuff like that. So if you have a more expensive phone, you probably don't want to leave it in your locker, because that's not the safest place. So if you really feel like you need to have it on your person, I think you should be allowed to, but you shouldn't be allowed to you know, like use it in the class, and if you take it out during class, the teacher should be able to confiscate it and put it in the June box.
Oh my god, the June box.
Yeah, they can get it back in June, or the parent has to come up there and get it.
Okay, well, we're gonna go part 3, even though there's only 2 more questions. Alright, so part